What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year's to you guys. Here's hoping that 2024 will be just as crazy as 2023 was. But, excuse me. Now, before we get started with the very first video of 2024, which happens to be the first episode of WWE's biggest issue of 2024, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we are now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows? Maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer this year. Only time will tell. But as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in excuse me. Excuse me. Will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of this set. Much similar to what I pulled out of Genesis Impact, which is a collector's rare beat cop from the Underworld. I know that it is in a top loader. No, I am not going to be taking it out because you guys have seen it like multiple times already. But you know what? Since it's New Year's, I'll be nice. I'm going to take it out of the penny sleeve. If my top loader will let me take it out. There we go. So, right here. There it is, you guys. Collector rare beat cop from the Underworld. Try and get this in focus. Try and get it in focus. There we go. I think we are good to go. Yeah, collector's rare. Obviously, the centering on the back is a bit off from top to bottom, but I am going to be getting this card graded. But I never came up with a good opportunity to do so. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's biggest issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's biggest issue, deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which ties into this week's episode, which is this. Who do you guys believe should challenge Rhea Ripley for the women's world title? Let me know down in the comments below. And that is exactly what we are going to be talking about for this week's episode, are the 5 superstars who I believe should challenge Rhea Ripley for the women's world title. Now, we do know that tonight on Raw Day 1, we're going to have Ivy Nile challenge Rhea Ripley for the women's world title. Obviously, even though Ivy Nile is gonna take Rhea Ripley to the absolute limit tonight, we know that Rhea Ripley is going to win. So once she wins, who's going to be next in line? Who will be the next one to step up to the Eradicator and potentially take that title off of her? Well, based on the fact that Damage Control wants all the gold in the women's division in WWE, I figured, you know what? Why not throw in a couple of SmackDown superstars as well and see where this goes. Now, obviously, we do have a few Raw superstars, a couple of SmackDown superstars. Excuse me, and even also, as well, a NXT, actually two NXT superstars, actually. A couple of NXT superstars as well. So, without any further ado, let's get straight into it with the superstars who I believe should be the ones to challenge Rhea Ripley. And first up, from Monday Night Raw, is none other than Raquel Rodriguez. Yes, it's true that it was Payback. And yes, it's true that at Payback, Raquel Rodriguez did challenge Rhea Ripley for the title. The problem was that Raquel Rodriguez wasn't even at 100%. She had suffered a knee injury at the hands of Rhea Ripley, and many people thought that Raquel Rodriguez was not going to defeat Rhea that night at Payback, and turns out they were right. And now that Raquel Rodriguez is at 100%, I feel like as if Raquel Rodriguez at 100% has what it takes to challenge Rhea Ripley and potentially take that title off of her. But to be honest, excuse me, she's still waiting for Liv Morgan to return, in which there's been a lot of rumors going around saying that Liv Morgan might end up joining Judgment Day, which honestly I wouldn't be mad about the idea, but I wouldn't not be mad about it either, if that makes sense. And what I mean by that is, if Liv Morgan does join Judgment Day, we would see the return of the team known as Liv for Brutality, which honestly, that was a popular tag team. I think, honestly, Liv and Rhea, WrestleMania 38, should have won the women's tag team titles, but it was not meant to be. It's possible that direction might be the play, but as far as Raquel versus Rhea, come on, that would be, even with Raquel at 100%, that would be pretty fire. That would be a fire matchup. And speaking of matches that would be fire, next up, Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley. Think about that. I mean, you got two powerhouses. Again, just like Raquel, you've got a super powerhouse such as Nia Jax, who's been back for literally a few months and has already made the women's division hers. But the thing is that Rhea Ripley, she's the women's world champion, so it's her division. This match would be a battle to see who truly runs the Raw women's division. That would be that would be a really good matchup. And speaking of matches that would be good, you can't talk about championships without bringing up the man Becky Lynch. Come on. Everybody wants to see that dream match. Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, one-on-one. Come on. Come on. Even you guys want to see see that matchup. I don't recall ever seeing that matchup. In fact, if I remember correctly, I think the last time those two were in the ring together at the same time was back in 2019 on NXT, and that was like 5 years ago. Almost that was like 5 years ago, which was in which obviously NXT won the war against both Raw and SmackDown. But to be fair, Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley, that right there has the makings of a WrestleMania main event, hands down. But speaking of potential main eventers, next up from SmackDown is Bayley. Probably for the most obvious reason. The fact that she now wants all of Damage Control to take over the entire women's division. Here's the thing. Io Sky is already the WWE Women's Champion. That leaves 4 Damage Control members left. Bayley, Dakota Kai, and the Kabuki Warriors. That leaves Bayley to want to go after Rhea Ripley and the women's world title. How's she gonna do it? Simple, by winning the women's Royal Rumble match. It's possible, but we'll have to see once we get to the Royal Rumble. That leaves 3. And the Kabuki Warriors, well, yes, I know I threw this up by accident. I apologize. You guys, I apologize. I meant to put these down. But anyway, the Kabuki Warriors are already, 2-time tag team champions? If they win, this would be their 3rd tag team titles, which leaves Dakota Kai and 1 title left. That would be the NXT Women's title. Think about it. You want to talk about Judgment Day running all of WWE? Imagine what would happen if Damage Control, all 5 members, the Kabuki Warriors, Bayley, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, took all the gold across Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. It would literally they will be the ones that would run all of WWE. And because that the Kabuki Warriors and because that Bayley, the Kabuki Warriors, and Dakota Kai had won titles outside of SmackDown, that means all 5 members of Damage Control would be allowed to go to Raw, stay on SmackDown, and go to NXT anytime they wished. Honestly, I'm not opposed with the idea, but if you really think about it, Bayley versus Rhea Ripley, that would be interesting because she's the only woman in the Judgment Day. So imagine that WrestleMania in Philly later this year, Bayley versus Rhea Ripley. I would be all for it. To be honest. But speaking of being all for it, Bianca Belair. Excuse me. I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking, wait, what, Bianca? Why Bianca? This is so stupid. Bianca doesn't deserve all these opportunities anymore. Blah, blah, blah. Trust me. I get what you're saying. And I agree. She's already 3-0 at WrestleMania. She's already become SmackDown Women's Champion. She's already become the Raw Women's Champion, and retained the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania last year in here in my hometown of LA. I get it. But think about this. Think about this. Bianca Belair as a Triple Crown champion, being the only person in WWE, actually the second person in WWE to have won. Actually, let me rephrase that. The only person, the only woman in WWE to have won the SmackDown Women's title, the Raw Women's title, and the Women's World title at WrestleMania. Think about that. She's right now, Bianca Belair, she's already a Triple Crown winner, winning both literally the Raw and SmackDown Women's titles, plus the WWE Women's title from in that triple threat match at SummerSlam. She's already done that. But imagine her winning the Women's World title at WrestleMania as well. It would mean that with her winning that title would establish herself as the true EST of WWE. She calls herself that because it's, as she always says, she has to stay ready. She stays ready so she doesn't have to get ready. That's the motto that she goes by. And I feel like as if we never got to see that dream matchup. Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley on the main roster. Yes, we did get that match at, what was it, NXT TakeOver Portland, if I remember correctly. Yeah, TakeOver Portland back in 2020, right before, literally just weeks before the pandemic even started. Think about that. Right before the pandemic started, we got to see Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley in NXT. But the main roster, on the other hand, that's a whole nother ball game. So I feel like as if Bianca Belair deserves a little bit of retribution against Rhea by challenging her for the Women's World title, potentially at WrestleMania. But this list is based on who should be next from now going into the Royal Rumble and going into Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia. Who should be next? Obviously, Bayley and Bianca are definitely WrestleMania worthy matches, as is Becky Lynch. But these next two, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna get a lot of heat for these two. But this is based on my honest opinion. Next up, from NXT, Tiffany Stratton. Think about this. Tiffany Stratton last year at Battleground, was it? Yeah. NXT Battleground. She defeated Lyra Valkyria to become NXT Women's Champion. How? Simple. Because of Cora Jade. Cora Jade injured Lyra Valkyria and ensured that Tiffany Stratton walked out as champion and not Lyra Valkyria. Lyra came this close at Battleground, but Halloween Havoc on the other hand, she won. She was able to defeat the man Becky Lynch and became NXT Women's Champion. And not only that, but think about this. Tiffany Stratton won the NXT Year-End Award for Female Superstar of the Year. So that right there has that accolade right there, and has puts a little extra added pressure on Tiffany Stratton to not only step her game up, but basically become an even better performer than she already is now. And I think if Tiffany Stratton were to show up to Raw tonight after Rhea's match with Ivy Nile, I would have no doubt in my mind that Tiffany Stratton would give Rhea Ripley a run for her money, hands down, no doubt about it. But obviously, Tiffany Stratton still has a long way to go in order for her to go to Raw or SmackDown. But the last person up, again, might be a bit controversial because of what's been going on inside Andre Chase University, but JC Jane. Here's the thing. She's already been women's tag team champion before. She's never had any opportunities as singles gold. Think about what that would do to JC Jane's career if she were able to not only pin Rhea Ripley, but also become the women's world champion. Chase U would just go ballistic. And obviously, you guys know when you win championships, you make a little extra dough. You make a little extra cheddar. You know, and honestly, I think, to be honest, JC Jane versus Rhea Ripley, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea, but it would take everything in JC Jane's arsenal to defeat Rhea Ripley. But I want to get your guys' thoughts. Who do you guys, again, the question of the day, who do you guys believe should challenge Rhea Ripley after Ivy Nile? Let me know down in the comments below. And that will do it for this week's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.